Hey guys, so this is future Ariel in the year 2026. This was shot in the year 2024. So this was in May 2024. Listen, what we're not going to do is waste content, okay? What we're not going to do is miss out on these memories, okay? So I'm kind of going like all the way back to like all the content because I did a ton of markets. 2024 was like heavy market season for me, like tons and tons and tons of shows. So I filmed a ton of content, and I just like, this is like my video diaries, filming all these markets, hoping to build community here on YouTube, meet other small business owners, other people in like leather crafting community, all of us doing shows. Or if you're just like someone who likes to watch these videos, I appreciate you too. Like, I'm just looking forward to like building community on here, and like just ultimately to like just remembering all these times when I did, these markets, and times change, and your booth setup changes, your products change. So I did not want to miss out on the opportunity to like share these moments with you guys. And with myself, because again, these are like my video diaries here on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy. I just wanted to like pop on and say that. So like while I'm editing this, I'm like, oh, and I'm pretty sure I was pregnant with my little one. In these videos too, so it's very special. So I hope that you enjoy, and yeah, comment, like, all the good things, hype this video, all the things. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me, and let's get into like actually what I'm actually yapping about in this video. Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Hey y'all, I'm so geeked. It's peanut butter market time and I'm geeked. We're gonna have to think of anyways, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's market time. So today's market is it is May 3rd, and it goes from today's VIP night, and it goes from VIP night today till tomorrow. So it's a 2-day market. It is currently 12 something because I can't really see because the sun. And yeah, I'm really excited because I'm leaving really early. You're probably like, Ariel, why are you leaving so early, girl? Like, what happened? One, sis does not like to rush. I hate rushing with like a passion. So I don't want to rush. So the way it works, so this is quite a distance from me. So I wanted to make sure I left early enough for that. You have to check in by 2, which is great because the way VIP works for them is they allow the VIP people to get in at 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. and then they allow some more VIP people. They're allowed to get in. I think they're allowed to get in at 4 as well, but I think there's 2. Look, listen to me. Not even knowing the facts. But basically, I believe it's like either 100 or 200 people get in with a swag bag that's filled with goodies. I personally am giving away, well, I'll tell you about that later. But anyways, those people get in with a swag bag. They say crowd-free shopping because, it's only those ticketed holders that get to get in. And y'all, I'm not making eye contact because sis wants to live and she wants the people around her to live as well. Amen. So I gotta keep my eyes on the road. But yeah, so hopefully you're listening like me. I like to listen to vlogs and stuff like when I'm working, and kind of like almost like a podcast, but then I also like to watch them too. But yeah, so sorry if it's shaky too. I have you on my my little thing in the cart. Anywho, so they get an adorable bag. Let's see, they get the bag with goodies, free goodies from everybody. Or let's see what else. And there's like 80 vendors. I don't know if I think there's like 200 shoppers. So I don't know how they do it because we were only required to give away 25 items. So I'm not sure how it's dispersed. But anyways, they get freebies in their bags. Let's see. And then they get to be the first ones to shop with all of us. So it's really exciting. There's over 80 vendors. Over 3. So they're going to be in 3 different barns. that are all interconnected. And like the ladies that do this, the cutest names, they're the ones who organize it, and like they decorate it to the T. Like their marketing is on point. Like they have marketed this as upscale. So I was like, yes, super excited, because I'm trying to move out of I'm trying to really move into the upscale, like upscale markets and things like that, because my product is a higher price point, and I'm trying to get into more markets that that'll have more of the customer that that will look more at my craftsmanship versus just the price. And upscale markets, I have I've learned from other vendors, and I've experienced it as well, where it's just different when it's just a different crowd than when you go to like a craft show, for example. Sometimes that the people that may come to a craft show, sometimes they're looking more at price points that are more so just a different price point than what I may have to offer as far as my products. Because my cheapest product is $39, and my highest product right now is $295. And I've noticed at craft shows that I've been to, prices that tend to be $20 and less tend to do better. And I just don't have anything that is at that price point. And I've noticed I haven't done well at craft shows that were that didn't have that. I just didn't do well. I haven't done well at a lot of like ones that I noticed was like a strictly like more of a craft show feel, like maybe like most of the vendors were $20 and less. So I'm trying to just be more selective about like where I'm going, because I'm really just trying to find my customer, and that people that will appreciate my craftsmanship over just looking at the price. Whereas like at craft shows, unfortunately, I have experienced it where people were like, they just look straight at the price. They wouldn't even look at the products yet, but just like look straight at the price and be like, never. Like one lady was like, never. And I was like, ooh, my heart, ooh, right there. So I'm trying to I am trying to look more for upscale markets and things like that. And hope that I continue to like find my customers. But don't get me wrong, God has blessed me at craft shows as well. And I love me a good craft show as far as going to one. It's just as far as like my business, it's just what I've noticed that where I haven't done well at, and where ones that I'm trying to, where I've noticed that I did better at, which was more of an upscale market. Those are the ones I did better at in my experience. So, and I'm still learning, you guys. I've only been doing this since last year. Last October was my very first market. So, moving along. So we talked about, so they've already sold out of those tickets. If I remember correctly, it's at least 100, possibly 200 people that have already bought tickets, which is so exciting. I've never been to a market yet as a vendor where it's hot. I've never been to the market yet. Y'all, the humidity is doing its thing out here. But I haven't been to a market yet where there was 200 people already like outside before the market even started. So I'm really excited about that. And it's just exciting. Because, it's just exciting. It just kind of gets you pumped. And your adrenaline going, like when all this hard work that you put in, all the hours and lack of sleep and just hustling, just to see people come in and just and them being excited to come look at your work, it just makes me so excited. So I'm really geeked. And you guys probably are like, girl, you're excited about every market. You are absolutely right, because it's all about attitude. You want to start off every single market with about attitude. Even though my last market, and if you saw my last vlog, I didn't make anything there. It was such the way God put it in my head. It was like perfect the way He said it. That was a relationship building market. And anytime a market isn't, you know, like I've had 2 relationship building markets. And what I mean by that is markets where I got to talk to people, I got to build my relationships with other vendors. I got to, you know, people may say networking, so that's another way to say it. But I want to start calling it like a relationship building market. So instead of saying, man, it sucked, man, it was this, well, I didn't make anything, I'd just rather say it was a... Thank you, Siri. I'd rather just say it was a relationship building market. So my last one was that for me, because I didn't sell anything. Ew, that roadkill was gross. Anyways, you guys, so then after that, they're selling a limited amount of tickets for people to still be able to come in. And I think the first 50 in line, I could be wrong, get cash to spend at the market. So it's just exciting. It's just exciting. I believe in God that it's going to be an amazing market. These ladies have worked very hard with marketing, and the communication has been on point as far as like how we do things. So I mean, how everything's going to run. I'm a little disappointed because they said if we did get there before 12, we would be able to pull our car up into our spot and like unload. And I really wanted to be able to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that now because it is going to be after 12. But they did say if you have a small car, you should be able to do that. And my car is tiny, so God's will be done, okay? But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So that's tonight, and then I don't remember the hours for tomorrow. I'm definitely one of those people that look at the hours the night before because I just don't remember them. But I want to say it's like 10 to 6 or something, and then it's cleanup. So I'm just excited about it. I do feel like 2-day markets are like, just like, 2-day markets are like, mwah. 3-day markets feel long, like no way around it. They feel long. But a 2-day market, and nothing wrong with the, like if a market is popping and it's I'm going way too bad, and it's 3 days, like, yeah. But if it's like 3 days and it's long and you're like, ooh, that can be tough. So anyways, this was a 2-day market. I'm really excited. I've heard great things so I'm just geeked about it. And I feel like this is like, even though it's still technically spring, I feel like this is kind of giving summer vibes, in the sense of think people are gonna, you know, really plan to come to shop. So I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to take you guys along the journey with me. So I need to set up, hopefully by the time I get there, I'll have about 3 hours to set up. Yes, sir, please go around me. Please go around me, because I will not speed for nobody. People want you to speed, but then they don't want to pay for the ticket. Make it make sense. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I'll have 3 hours to set up. I still need to undo my hair, put on my mascara. Look, do the nails. Make it make sense. So these, I have my stickers in there, the ghetto. It's not ghetto at all, actually. Actually, it's cost effectiveness. And I get them from Ulta. But I need to do my nails. I just ate my sushi. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna go, take out my hair. Let's see. Look, and I put this on my hair too, because I didn't want to take down this and then my hair. If you know, you know, with the curly hair, especially if you got kinky coily hair like me, your hair just shrinks. I don't have no gel on it, so I didn't want to be sweating, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to park into my space or not. So I didn't want to be sweating and then my hair get poofy and then be mad later that my hair doesn't look cute and I work so hard to make it look cute. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna let you go. So I'll plan to see you at some point later. Okay, bye. Okay, so hey guys, this is Ariel in the future again, and I just want to pop on and talk to you guys about my setup. So I want to stress that this setup is almost from 2 years ago, so I do not do this setup anymore. This was my very first setup that I used to do. I was very proud of it. You know, we're always proud of our little babies, until you learn and you do better and you get better, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys about this. But this is my very first setup, so I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and it's still special, and that's why I'm doing these video diaries, so I can remember all these times, and you know, you live and you learn and all the good things. So
I used to use two different types of tablecloth. So this tablecloth that you're seeing here is the one I would put over my stretchy tablecloth. I never really liked just the stretchy tablecloth by itself because, you know, when you hide stuff underneath it, like your totes and stuff like that, I just didn't like how I would be able to see the stuff underneath. And a lot of upscale venues for craft shows, they do require you to have a tablecloth that touches the floor. So I remember when I first started, I was like, oh my gosh, what does that even mean? And then I was like, oh. And then once I found it on Amazon, I was like, oh, this is cool. And I always like the look of the ones touching the floor. So I would also put this really colorful vintage fabric, as you can see right there. That fabric is just everything. Like, it's so cool. It's actually like reversible. So I use that the whole first year of doing markets. And I would do it. See how that's the red side. Isn't that so cool? And then there's the other side of it. I found that fabric at an estate sale. Oh my gosh. Like, that was still by far, and this other estate sale I went to, best finds. It's just so cool what you can find at when you're out and about looking for things. So anyways, actually a lot of my booth was thrifted because I love vintage stuff. So you'll be able to see soon like all of my vintage stuff that I would pull out and use as part of my display. But what I learned with having like all like the vintage suitcases and the vintage booster seats and all the decor, because I had a lot of decor in my booth display. And it's just so cute too to see that I was pregnant during this time. Like, oh, it's so sweet. Look at the little bump. So you see back there the vintage crates. So I actually got those from a garage sale. They're like vintage egg crates. And then I had like a wagon that I would use that you're about to see. So all these vintage pieces that I thrifted and things like that. Now, what I learned from having so much decor, I learned that so many times from having so much decor, people didn't know what I was selling. So many people would come in and sometimes they would like rush over to my booth and I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're coming over because they love my stuff. And they'd be like, oh, that suitcase. Oh my gosh, how much? And I remember this one time, see the orange suitcase in the back? This one time this lady came over and she was like opening it and like checking the size of it, and she was so excited. And she was like, yeah, I think, she's talking to her friends, yeah, I think my laptop will fit in there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, yeah, I think I should get it. Yeah, this is super cute. Okay. And then she came over to me and was like, how much? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, it's not for sale. And she was not happy. Okay. And I understand, because she was like, oh, I didn't know it wasn't for sale. And looking back at like how my booth looked, it totally makes sense why people used to think that my decor was for sale, because I had so much decor. So that was one of my biggest lessons I learned from doing my previous setup. Actually, I still use that sign. I'm actually going to change it, but that's pretty much the one thing that I use from this booth. But yeah, so what I really learned from doing that, my old display, was just remembering that make it very, very clear for people to know what's for sale and what is not. Like, there was no focus on my art because I had so much of decor in there that people really weren't sure if I was a vintage store, if I had like vintage goodies, excuse me, that I was selling, even though I had a sign that said my name and leather goods and stuff like that. It was confusing because of all my decor and like not knowing where your eyes should look, because you have like 10 seconds to catch someone's attention before they walk past your booth. So huge. I think that was my biggest learning lesson in 2024 was streamline. Make it to where now I'm like, I want there to be no mistake of what I sell and not all this emphasis on the decor. But a beautiful display doesn't have to have a ton of decor. That's what I learned from me and my business. So yeah, but this was my display before and I was really proud of it.
Okay, so the market just started. When I say it's pouring outside, it is pouring outside. But the VIP people should be here. I see people walking around, so really excited. So I will keep you posted. This is what I ended up doing with my hair. You know. And yeah, so hopefully it'll be a great market. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so 5 o'clock check-in, first hour. Lots of looking so far. But I did have like 2 people that were so nice that came in and like just uplifted my whole soul. Because I was starting to think that I had hot lava at the end of my rug. I was like, are people gonna come in? So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, we're hoping the next hour I'll have some sales. So especially because like this is my first time doing discounts. So I'm doing 10% off of the entire purchase or 15% off of 200 or more. So I'm hoping that the discounts will help, but we'll see. I know, yeah. But one lady said she's going to go talk to her husband about it and possibly come back tomorrow. So hopefully, so we'll see. But anyway, she was so nice. So sometimes just like connecting with someone, just having a great conversation with someone just uplifts your soul. And it's even better than a purchase. So anyways, but I do hope she comes back though. So anyways, yeah. Talking fast because I'm tired and out of breath. See you in an hour, hopefully. Hi. How are you? Good, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, those are these little card holders. Those are card holders. These are belt bags that you just like wear as you're like wearing your bag. And I hand make everything, hand stitch it all, and all the cuts. So yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about it. Thank you. Thank you. I just think like leather is just like a little boring with just the blacks and browns. So I said we got to do something different. So like my minimum is 2 colors at least. Those are at least. So yeah, thanks. And the card holders have like different colors. Like this is the same one. So the other side is a different color. The card holders are $69, but then you get the 10% off today. Yeah, and then the ones over there are my oopsie ones. So the stitching was not as perfect as I would have liked. So those ones are 30% off, and then extra 10. So 40% off. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And they fit a good amount, so like 5 cards on each side, I would say. That's like if you're stuffing it. Yeah, so here's mine. Where's mine? So yeah, so like this one has 5, and then this one has 3. So yeah, and it just like it'll groove to your cards. So to one card, like you should be able to like just push it down. Yeah, push it down. But if it's overstretched, then just be careful. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
That's why I brought me over here.
Oh, thanks. Cute. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm like going for like vintage, like in like colorful. Oh, I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, that's from the 60s, a booster seat. And I like to say, it's from the 60s because there's no safety. There's no safety belt. No. See, but kids are probably different then. They're probably a little, because they probably actually sat still. My kid would not sit without restraining them, please. They would not. I don't see how I don't get it. We haven't even switched. I have a 3-year-old. We haven't switched over to a booster seat yet because I know he'll just pop out of it. Like, I just don't even want to waste my time. Like, I just don't even. Not yet. It's so funny. Yeah, everything's fun. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Thank you. Oh yeah, please. My website's on the back too. Instagram too. Thank you. Well, that was a nice interaction. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Oh,
Good. I like your outfit.
thank you.
Yeah, you look cute. You're welcome. I hand make everything and hand stitch it and all the things, all the cuts. And
So I hate carrying a purse, but I feel like I need.
you're not a person. My sister's the same way.
I need a purse.
Yeah,
I need
she's the
it.
same
Like I have
way.
it today only because
A little one, but
like if it's not on my phone.
I know. Yeah. See, Yeah, the phone.
These are cute.
Yeah, thank you. And they fit a good amount. If it's like, I'll show you mine. So, like 5. I have like, what is this? 5 on this side and then like 3 on this one. But yeah, if it's like 10, like if you're trying to squish it
Throw
in.
it in there.
Exactly. But
then
yeah.
it's all in one. And I
Exactly.
don't have all the stuff.
Exactly. I'm the same way, girl. I put like, I throw like cash in here and then you just put it in your pocket and go.
You sold me.
You know, you just throw it in, easy. And I have other. Did you see all the different colors too?
Yeah.
And like some of them have, like they all have different colors on the back except for the red ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're on sale today.
Well,
So
I mean, we were meant to meet each other.
VIP, okay, VIP. VIP. Did you get the bag or did you?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
You have a little first time here.
Oh, same.
With numerous
Same.
people, and they came with their own little bag. And they're
Obsessed.
Like, no, we don't
Oh.
carry your stuff. I'm
Absolutely not. I love that. Okay, so they like were like you bring a wagon to the show.
I'm the newbie introduced
Hilarious.
the group. I'm like, I'm in the group.
I mean, and they just stuff it all in the wagon.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so who's supposed to push it though?
Oh, yeah, you just don't want to do that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say. As long as it's not you. As long as it's not you.
My turn.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're taking rounds right now. Like, yeah. I totally get it. I'm with you. I love the energy, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Be friends.
I agreed. Vice versa. Where are your friends, by the way?
I think I'm a drink, so I'll find them very soon.
They'll be located. I'm so glad you like them. Thanks. You
I don't know which one I want though. Like that's.
I know there is a lot. This one, these two have been really popular, like because it has the different texture. The milled, it's called milled leather. But otherwise, I mean, the ray, the blue. I'm partial to the blue.
I'm a big blue person too.
Yeah,
Your glasses
Yeah.
are amazing, by the way.
Thank you, girl. Oh my gosh.
They have like prescriptions in them.
Yeah, they do.
gorgeous.
They do. Thank you. And girl, they were like $30. Like Zilu. Thanks. I know. I actually need glasses. Like since I was 9. So yeah, I'm not those people that can like.
Don't have glasses, but I took my daughters out, and she wishes I probably didn't because they are every color that I can
See? Oh, that's so cool. Does it fit her personality? Okay.
She's.
I love that.
I mean, she's even going to the movies stuff.
You know, it's fine.
Nothing I can do.
It's fine.
You can book a girl when you can book a girl.
Exactly. How old is she?
She is 7.
She's 7. Okay. Yeah, she's like I Miss Independent. Oh, friend, drink.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I walked her earlier and I was like, Ken's gonna come here.
I am. No, she like beelined it. I was like, oh, does she know me? Like, do I know her? But I remember her face.
This is
Thanks.
like you saw it and you thought you did actually.
You know. Oh yeah, but she said she doesn't like her. What'd you say?
I did not see the belt. I did not.
Oh
see
yeah,
the
and
belt attached.
they're completely. You can take it all the way out as well. That's how I designed it.
Well, that's probably how you're supposed to wear it. But yeah, I'm gonna wear it.
Oh no, I wear it both ways. I do it like this because at my shows I want people to see it, and then also when I'm out and about. But yeah, no, you wear it, and then it just goes like this.
I don't know what I feel. So
Yeah.
you know, I got my kids all around, so I stole my daughter.
Okay.
Right? This is the most awkward.
You know, see, I wear. No, I do it like this. That's why I usually wear it like this. Yeah, because then it's like.
I got my arm cut. Nobody's gonna take my money.
No, seriously though. Like, yeah, you can take them.
I thought they were just like
Oh no, and then you just literally.
see how open they are.
You can turn it around. Like usually when I'm like first doing it, so I have this.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna buy it.
look, that's all out. Get that 50. Oh yeah, see. So these two, and then yeah, so you're gonna get 15% off
Awesome.
because you're getting that, even though it's not the bundle. That's perfect. And then you're just gonna can you give me a second to like wrap you up and like make it cute? Okay. better go ahead. What about this?
I'm gonna put on my card things.
No, but this is the best advertisement. You're gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna put that inside that.
okay, you're gonna.
I'm
We're just
gonna
gonna-
tell where I came from.
No, you like. Let's go over, and I'm gonna give you my card in here.
I'm gonna hand it out to somebody.
Look, let them know. Bring them down. Wait, can I tell you one more thing about this? So see these little lines? That's like all the natural from the cow, like the natural, like their little natural folds and so it's just like a little, like
Coming
some,
from
like
a big girl, I like a little extra natural.
we were talking about stretch marks, didn't we? Okay, I'm gonna let you just put that. We were talking about the stretch marks. Okay, we have to. That's also we're gonna use Can I get? What about these? So these are like the bags I normally. So if you ever like take it off, you know how a luxury bag always has like a little
its own
bag.
thing?
Yeah. So if you ever wanted to like put the belt or that. So do you want the bags or you're gonna just? Okay. Okay, you have everything. So let me just. She said, "Girl, keep your stuff. I'm gonna wear it."
Appreciate it.
Listen, I'm okay with that.
Bag that I'm gonna have to put somewhere, and I'm just gonna do that.
You're like, I don't have time. It's good. I don't blame you. Do you like it? Do you like it? Thank you. My mom was like, I don't like it, Ariel. And I was like, well, Mom, I do. It is. It is. Thank you. Like, that's like, my mommy came up with that. No, it was my dad. Actually, my name was going to be Cameron. So I'm just looking for it on here. Sorry. So that's why they were like, let's compromise. And
No, I think it's great.
thank you guys. Thank you. And then we got which card holder? Beatrice card holder. Add to cart. Perfect. Okay. 15% off. Oh, so good. Thank you. Okay, 15% off. Thank you. Thanks so much.
She got me with the wallet.
Yeah, she originally. Then sister came in and was like, "You didn't see the bag?" And then, yeah, next time you'll just get the keychain. And I feel like you can just take a keychain. Just take a keychain. Just okay. So I just had my first sale, and those ladies were so stinking nice. She absolutely loved her bag. That made me so happy. That was a big sale too. So nice. She was so stinking nice. Like, it's something about when like someone genuinely loves what you get. It just warmed my heart. And I gave her a keychain because she was in the mood and I just wanted her to have it. So I'm so happy. Praise God. Okay. I'll probably talk to you soon and hopefully more sales later. Okay, bye. All right, so 7 o'clock check-in. I had another sale, so yay. That was so exciting and it was so nice because she just like came over and grabbed what she wanted and just was like, okay, I'll take this. And I was like, didn't even know how much it was. And she was like, how much is it? And I told her and she was like, okay. And I was like, so it was so nice that like, remember I was talking to you guys about before, like admiring the craftsmanship first. And then like, oh yeah, and then like asking about the price. So it was nice that like she came over and was just like, oh, I love this. It's so cute. It's exactly what I need. And really like the product first. So that was so nice. I was like, ah. So yay. Okay. And you know, my husband, I was texting him and I was like earlier and I was like, no sales yet. You know, and I was getting like a little bit discouraged because I mean, naturally you're going to get a little discouraged if you don't have like a lot of people coming in your booth, or you know, maybe people are looking but not buying. You're kind of like, dang, like why is it like, is it something that someone doesn't like, or you know, you're just questioning what it is. By the way, I'm so thankful there's no music right now so I can actually talk to you guys. So anywho, that's just human nature. You're going to get a little discouraged. But then my husband was like, honey, don't worry, God's going to send you your people. Don't worry. So I was like, okay. And then I prayed and I was like, God, you know, I just prayed. And then someone came right after that. And then this other lady came after that. So I just have to keep the faith. That's the lesson. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Okay. So I'm saying that to you too. Okay. So, we have 2 more hours to go. It ends at 9. I feel like right now it's slowed down just a little bit. I feel like people are kind of like eating, which is exactly what I'm thinking. I'm hungry. So I have a salad. I just don't feel like eating it. Have you ever gotten food and you just don't feel like eating it? I just don't. I kind of just want like a cheeseburger or something. So anyways, I'll talk to you later. Somebody's in the booth. Goodbye. Good. So hungry, so ready. Okay, I think I forgot to check in earlier, but it is 8:30. Can't remember if I already checked in, but I got another sale, so yay. 30 minutes till it ends tonight. It's definitely slowed down. It's been slower for a little while now, but which was nice, so I was able to go grab some food. But yeah, so I had a really good burger, as you saw, and yeah, so we're 30 minutes. Sorry, someone's here. Hello. So we're 30 minutes till closing, and I'm very sleepy. So I'm ready. Okay. I'll let you know at the end of the night how it turns around. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, bye. Okay, so we're gonna do a check-in. First one of the day. So far I've had 3 sales. It's definitely slowed down now, but it's been really fun. It's been really fun. It's been really a blessing with all the nice things that people have said. So I'm excited. I'm gonna eat and take the second to eat. I have some leftover Chick-fil-A. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, so 1 o'clock check-in. In the last hour, I did make 1 sale for one of my Oopsie products. So yay! Excited about that. My stomach's a little upset because I had some like pickles and stuff, but it was so good, worth it. So there is only 2 hours. No, it's till 4. 3 hours left of the show. So I'll keep you posted. I'm really hoping to sell a belt bag. I would love to sell a belt bag bundle. That would make me over my goal that I have. So, but whatever happens, I'm thankful to God for what's happened, but I would love to sell a belt bag. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, hey guys, so this is editing Ariel again. So actually there you see me wearing my Beatrice blue belt bag, which those hopefully plan to be back on the website this spring because I'm doing a new and improved belt with them. So anyways, and all the colors and all that. So I wanted to tell you guys like what I am doing in this clip. So in this clip, so before I realized that I needed to always bring something to do because otherwise I stand there. I used to just stand up and kind of just look like a frozen mannequin with a big painted on smile, like come into my booth, please. And it was just giving awkward. It was giving mannequin. It was giving scarecrow. So that's not what I was, going for. So now what I do is I always bring stuff to do, but at the time I didn't. So what I would do is I would because I had a very poor inventory system, I would get up and I would start working on inventory, and I would write down like what I had, and write it all in my book. Like that's how and I would like write down each sale. Whereas now I just try to track all that using my Shopify. But beforehand, I used to just use like pen and paper. Still love a good pen and paper moment. Don't get me wrong, okay? I just now I just track it all like on Shopify as well. But girl, I don't know why. Why are you like why did I have to spend this so many times to see that there was like 10 on there? Like there's like 10 and I was acting like there was like 20 or 50 or something. So I clearly was just, I don't know, in my head in this scene. All right, so check-in time. It's been a while since I had a sale, probably about 2 hours. It is definitely quiet in here. I think vendors are walking around now. And we are, let's see, hour and a half before it's over. So I think I'm gonna go try to buy some stuff now. Not that I should be, but I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna go get a burger, and I think I'm gonna go do some other stuff. So see you later. I might get some fries. Just 'cause I probably hate. Should I get a burger or fries? I don't know. Anyways, I like this hairstyle, by the way. Anyways, yeah. Definitely I'm hoping for one more sale before it's over. One more sale before it's over. But I think I'm gonna go see if this sweet little girl named Willow is willing to stand in my booth. So I can go look around and go grab some food. So yeah, okay. Well, I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey, okay. So let's do this recap. It has been a few days now since the market, and I have a lot to say. So let's get into it and try not to make this 20 minutes long. But if it is, because I hope you guys don't mind. I love a good long video. I love a good recap. I love a good full recap. And if you're seeing the same shirt from the last video, it's because I'm trying to do them both in the same day. So I don't forget, because I was already 2 behind. So last week I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that event, actually. The organizers, when I tell you, professional. When I tell you, it was so cute in there. So the way it was set up, it had 3 barns. And I know, I'm so sorry I was not able to walk around. I was disappointed I was not able to walk around and film. I'm trying to do better about staying stinking put. Like, girl, stay in your spot. Are you here to work or are you here to shop? Are you a customer or are you working? You get what I'm saying? So I've had the game twisted a few times. As far as shopping, I would like go around for like 30 minutes in the past at events. And then I would come back and people were in my booth and I'd be like, oh my gosh, hi. And then they'd be like, hi, and then leave. And yeah, I don't want to, I'm working on that. Cause I'm like when I go to these events, sometimes I have help, sometimes, most of the times I don't. So I need to be in my booth because one, when you see an empty booth, it's just kind of like for me, I don't want to step in a booth that doesn't have anybody in there because I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm like, I don't know, messing with their stuff. And like, I'll just wait till you come back. And then that's if I remember. So I'm trying to do better about like staying in my stinking booth. And that's another reason why I'm trying to come earlier. So like, for example, I'll now say this real quick and then we'll get back to the market. So usually for markets, you get like, you can come in and if it's a 3-day market or a 2-day market, you can come in, if it's an indoor, you can come in like an hour before the event starts. So you can kind of freshen up your booth, add product. Like me, I take my product home and then I try to bring it back and set it back up. So you can usually get in an hour before and do the things, right? So, and set up. So what I try to do at that point is that's when I try to walk around, see what's there versus doing it on the clock when there's customers there, if that makes sense. So yeah, so little tip, that's what I would suggest doing if you're like me and you're by yourself at these events, but you really do want to like go around and like shop a little and go look and support other people and go say hi and grab business cards. Do it early. Come early. So you guys, yeah, this event had 3 different barns. I really wish I could have showed you, but it was so cute. 3 different barns. It had a whole like event area where you could like sit and listen to live music. The lady doing the live music was so talented. This little girl was with her too that was singing. I was like, my heart, it was so cute. They had like 4 different food trucks there as well. I had the burger. This family was, their burger and their loaded fries were top tier, delicious. So 3 different barns. I was in the 3rd barn. Okay. So they had, on the first night, they had VIP night, which actually the first set of VIP tickets sold out, which was really exciting. Then they opened up another set of VIP tickets. So basically, unless this was a ticketed event. I can't remember how much it was to get in. I want to say like $12 or something like that. Maybe it was $20 if you did the VIP. So we had to also provide 25 free items to give away. Not every event will require you to do that, but this one did. Which I was okay with. I've seen more from events asking for more. So 25 I felt was doable. And honestly, the amount, so this event cost $195 to be a part of. So yeah, I was like, sounds good. So what I ended up doing was some leather coasters. I put my logo on it. I put my business card and I had it in like a cute little clear plastic bag. And my friend gave me that idea. So thank you, Kristen, for that idea. She gave me that idea to use like the clear bag, put my business card in there and also put a like what my deal was that I was going to give them.
Stop. Okay, listen, y'all, listen. Oh, if I could go back, Ariel, if you could go back in time, but it's okay. We can't go back in time, but what we can do is learn for the future. So, y'all, no, 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 no. Listen, you guys. Do not, if you are a leather crafter. Now listen, let me rewind it back. Let me rewind it back. I'm not gonna ever tell you guys what to do on this channel. Like, this is my diary of and sharing of my experiences, and my video diary of like all the markets I've done, and just this journey as a small business owner in my with my business. So I want to document this, and I want to learn from this. And like, looking back at this, I'm like cringing because you guys, so what I'm just trying to say is, I'm not ever going to tell you what to do. I'm just sharing what I learned. And if I can help somebody not make the same mistakes I made, then yes, I will be very happy about that. But you guys always do, I'm never going to be like, girl, you need to do this. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's move forward. What I'm trying to say is, if I could go back, I would not have done the leather coasters. And listen, I didn't just do it for this market. I did it for like 3 more markets after this, because it's not so. There are markets that will ask, if sometimes it's a request. It's they always let you know when you're signing up too, so it's not a surprise or anything. So it's totally like, I knew about it ahead of time, that I would need to supply freebies. And what it goes into typically is into the VIP bags. So in the VIP bags, there's a freebie that gets added, and it really does help bring people to the shows. It's such a great idea to like have a bag. Usually it's a branded bag, and at this market, it's a really nice branded bag. But a lot of markets have, like, they'll have a branded bag, and it's typically a nice reusable bag, and it's filled with items from vendors. So and when you're signing up for the market, you do know about it ahead of time. So um this market was 25. I've done other ones that were 10. I've done other ones that were 15. I've done one that was as many as 100 items that I needed to have. As far as like, I think the 100 item one, she was gracious enough to let me be able to just do business cards and like a discount on them, a good discount. But anywho, what I'm just trying to say, what I learned is, because I did at least 3 markets, where maybe even 4, where y'all, I, for my 25 gift, it was leather coasters. Leather's not cheap, and I would put my logo on it. So all the time and the effort it took to put the logo on, buying all the bags, buying the leather, putting it in bags, tying them up, putting a business card. I used to put business cards in all of them. Let me tell you guys what it resulted in. 0 sales. Every single market was 0 sales. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm talking about my experience. There's other people that have done freebies, and it did result in sales for them. It did do really well for them. But I also know I'm not alone where people have had freebies, and sadly it didn't result in any sales. So I learned from another seasoned vendor that, because like I remember I talked to someone that was a very seasoned vendor, and she was like, because I told her I put like a business card in there, a leather coaster, and a discount in there, and like, no one came. I don't think anyone came to my booth from the freebie, and this is what the person told me, and I thought it was such wise advice, and I was really appreciative of it. And that's why I always say, you can learn. I learned so much from other people today, back then. I always say, talk to your booth neighbors, talk to people around you, talk to other people that are in business, because you will learn so much if you're willing to. Now, sometimes you hear advice that you don't agree with, but a lot of times you hear advice that, because some advice doesn't line up with what you do. But you hear a lot of great advice. And so let me just share this with you guys. So what she told me was, when someone has their free bag, she said a lot of people, unless they're standing in line, a lot of people, and like looking through it, a lot of people would have their bag on their shoulder, and they look at their items later, like when they're at home, and things like that. And she said because a lot of times they get it like as they're coming through the door, and then they're excited to go look at all the 100 vendors or 80 vendors or however many vendors are there. And then by the time they start buying stuff, they're putting it inside of the bag on top of the free stuff, to where it kind of just accidentally kind of can get kind of buried. And then they end up looking at everything later. So yes, it potentially could lead to an online sale later. But in my experience of doing at least 4 markets with freebies, they never resulted in a sale. Not once. Not once. Not once. But what it did end up being was being very costly. So the $100 I would spend, I think, you know what? I think the leather coasters. Anyways, I remember one time I had bought it. It was like $150 additional. So the $150 additional I did because I did the leather coasters and things like that. On top of the booth fees, it really, really can add up. So, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So what I've learned now, and this is what the person had told me. Another thing that they told me. They said, hey, she said, when I do a freebie, I always do a small piece. Now, some places will say, hey, we want a physical item. And then you have to make the decision if that's going to be a good fit for you and your brand. Some brands, it is very easy for them to give a small sample or small gift. For my brand, it would be, because I do everything hand stitched, hand cut, 100 or even 25 or something completely for free, that I make it's just very time consuming. But what she told me was, she said for what she started to do, that's what I was going to say. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. Sorry. What I've learned from her is, what she said was, instead of doing a physical item, if the place does not, if they just say they want free items, what she does is, she said that what she would do, she said she doesn't put business cards in it anymore, because business cards really, really, really add up. They are very expensive. She said she doesn't do business cards anymore. And again, this is just advice that I heard, that I learned later, that I agreed with. She said she doesn't do business cards anymore. If anything, what I started to do was, I started to print off like little, like something with my logo on it, and like my booth location. And then I would just go print that off, because I don't have a printer at home. I would just print it off at the library, and it would be super cost effective. I would put like 10 on a page. So if I needed 25, I only printed 2.5 pages of it, and it didn't take me longer than like 10 minutes to do. So it has my booth location on there, and my logo, and like my business name on there. And then if I wanted to put a discount, I could put a discount on there. But it was so much more cost effective than me giving away 25 business cards to people that I'm not even sure if they wanted my business card. You know what I mean? But what she was saying was to give, she does like candy. So she's like, what I do now is, she said she would give candy or something close, like just some little freebie. Another friend of mine, she would put bows, because she was a clothing brand. She would put little bows that she would get, that were very cost effective for her, and she would use bows for their freebie. And a lot of people didn't even put like business cards in there or anything like that. But it was just something small that the customer felt, that they were able to, when they opened the bag, they got some goodies in there, that were completely free. And I think ultimately people, number one, I think, are excited about getting like a reusable, awesome bag. And yeah, so I ran with that. So the next time, so I have another event that's coming up, that they do require a free item. So I'm planning to do one of my bookmarks, because that's a $16 item, and it's something that was really popular last year, and I think that would be something that almost anyone could use. But it's $16 compared to my $150 I spent. So in this market, it's only requiring one, but they do require 10 free items. So my free items, what I've done going forward is, I do a cowtail candy. So I just go and grab some cowtails, like a 10-pack. Or if I need 25, I'll grab two, or just however many I need. And then what I do now is, I just, I use the cowtails because, I use, leather. So it has a cute little cow on the piece of candy. And then I'll usually, if I have to put, a business card, because some places require that you put your business card or like where you're going to be located, then I'll do that. But otherwise, now I'm just doing the candy in the bags. I get the bags, the clear bags, party bags. They're like $2 from from Walmart, and I just put a piece of candy in there. And it's cute because it's like the little cow on there, and I'm a leather brand. And then I just tie it up, and it's just something cute, and like, who doesn't love candy? And then it's just a free little gift in there because um, I just can't. I don't have anything that's small enough that I can just give away. And I think that it's hard sometimes on small businesses to just give away product of any size because every dollar counts. I mean, even if you sell $5 items, it all adds up. 5 times 25. I mean, we're getting close to, depending on how much the booth fee was, that's a chunk of your booth fee. Whatever it is, it can just be hard when it's a requirement. So, and again, just kind of, if my advice, if I could give anybody advice, would be when you are signing up for a market, just be really aware of like how what if they say that you have to give something, make sure you have an idea of what you might give, and just try not to. If For me, I've learned that I need to make sure that it's not breaking the bank because I was putting myself. My whole reason why I'm saying all this, I was putting myself in the financial, like in the negative. Even more besides because your booth fee, you're already going to be in the negative, right? Until you get into the positive and you make that money back. But when I would have an expensive freebie, I would put myself even lower in the negative, if that makes sense. Whereas I could have did something completely more economical and it still would be great, and the market organizers would have been happy with that. Like, I remember I gave the cowtails and to one of the markets that I did, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, perfect, thank you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was overthinking it. And even another market organizer that required 25 at a different show I did, I was telling her I was doing leather coasters and it was really adding up, and she was like, oh my gosh, no, don't do that. She was like, no, just do something that works for you. Do something that is economical for you, and that I don't want you to be like in the negative because of the freebie. Like, choose something that works for you. She's the one who gave me the idea for the candy. She was like, do like a piece of candy. A lot of people do that. And if you want to put a business card, you can, but just something small, like a little treat, just shows that you were thinking of the customer. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, that's such a good idea. So that's where I got the cowtails idea. She didn't say cowtails, but she just said like a piece of candy, and I didn't want to do like a mint. I wanted to do something that kind of like made sense for our brand. So it was a lot more fun when I took the weight off of like, oh my gosh, it has to be something I hand make. No, it could just be something thoughtful, for someone to be excited about when they open up their bags. So anyways, I say all that to say this. Just be mindful if you do sign up for a market that has freebies as a requirement. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, and just try to really think about something that will not break your bank too much, because you already paid a booth fee. And if I could tell past Ariel that, I would. But I digress. Let's get back to the video. Which actually nobody came over to my booth with my freebie and to cash in that deal. By the way, the deal that I ended up doing was, sorry, reading a text from my husband. The deal that I ended up doing on the card was 10% off your entire purchase, or 15% off of $200 more purchase. So anyways, so gave them that when I came in. The setup process was so smooth. You were able to drive. Okay, listen to this. I love this when you can do this. You were able to drive your car into your spot, which I stinking love. So I was able to take my stuff out, put my stuff in my spot, and I was in the third barn again, and I was close to the restroom, so I thought that was cool because when people had to use the bathroom, they had to go into that third barn. But honestly, I feel like every barn got touched. I don't feel like there was any, like, the fact that I was in the third barn, it was like, oh gosh, you're in the third barn, ooh, you ain't gonna get nobody. Like, no, I feel like customers were like walking around getting the full experience, because there was 80 vendors, which was really exciting. So there was, I wasn't right next to the bathrooms. I was like, kind of like when you came in, you turn, and I was like there. Awesome booth neighbors. So I unloaded. I was able to set up. I got there to set up. So you could set up between 9 and 2. I got there around, I want to say 1:30, because I wasn't able to get there at 9 something. But it took me like 2.5 hours to set up because I was really, really taking my time. I'd rather take my time than rush. You know what I mean? So I was able to set up.
And VIP night was nice. There was a good flow of traffic, a very consistent flow of traffic, which was really nice. And I did get some sales that day, so I was so excited about that. I think I had a total of 3 sales that night, and one of those sales included a belt bag, which I was so excited about. So she purchased a belt bag and she purchased a card holder. And this lady, let me tell you about her, because she was a whole mood. She beelined it. I was looking down because I was looking down. I think I was writing something, and next thing I know, I see someone like zoom into my booth, and I look up, and she just like goes straight for like the card holders, or was it the belt bags? I can't remember, but the way she had came in, I was like, I thought I knew her. I was like, oh, I must know her from another show. Like maybe she saw my booth from before. And I'm like trying to calculate, like, where did I see her? And I try to remember her face before I remember her name. So I was like, where did I see her? Where did I see her? And I was like, hi. And she was like, hi. Oh my gosh, I love these. And I was like, my heart. Ooh. And she was telling me, which you guys, when I say my heart, like genuinely, I get so, it moves me. It's like the first time I've ever heard it. Every time someone tells me how they feel, how they like, how much they enjoy my products and how they look and how much, saying that they love them, because you have to remember, I designed this stuff too. So for someone, and I hand make it and I put in all the work for it, for someone to tell you that, it makes me, it just moves you when someone like tells you how much they like your stuff. So like genuinely, I'm like, thank you. So I was so happy. So I was like, so she pretty much within the first like 5 minutes, like I told her, so like my spiel that I like to say is, so when someone comes in, I like to greet them first, hi. And I also try to read the room. I would really suggest that. Read the room with your customer. If they're a customer that just wants to say hi, and then kind of have you, and then they kind of want to go about their business, I kind of like just will say hi, and then just say, just want to let you know, yada yada. But I'll be cool. I'll read the room. So if someone is like very much like, hi, how are you? And like very effervescent as well. And I'm like, oh, good, thank you. How's it going for you? And, did you just get here? So I try to not go straight into like a spiel. I try to like small talk a little bit, just because I genuinely want to know, like, girl, how your day been? What you up to? You just get here? Like, are we your last stop? Like, what's going on? But then once my kind of cue is when I see someone pick up my item or like touch it or like seem really interested in it, that's when I'll go ahead and say, just so you know, I hand make everything here. I do all I do the hand cutting, and I hand stitch everything as well. And I also design it. So yeah, I just wanted to, make sure I let you know that. And then from that point, sometimes they'll just say thank you. And other times they'll say, oh my gosh, really? Like, how does that work? And one of the most popular questions is about, wow, you must have strong hands to be able to sew leather. So then I talk to them about how, it's a chisel and, it's on here. But anyways, I talked to them about like the drill press, and I put the chisel on there, and I talked to them about that and how I have to measure out everything beforehand. It's a process, but the hand stitching is very strong. And I just try to educate, like as they show interest, I try to educate, like give that, because I've learned that the more education you can give your customer, the better. It helps to justify your price point. Like for me, I have a higher price point. My belt bags are $2.95. So the more information I can tell the customer about the leather, the quality of the leather, the process that I go about it, the time it takes me to go about it, the hand stitching aspect of it, just to really kind of pour in to let them know, like, okay, there's a lot of steps that go into this handmade product. So okay, I see why her price is that way, because of everything that goes into her product that she makes with love. You know what I mean? So anyways, so let me tell you about this lady. So she was just a mood. She was just a mood. So she grabs one of my blue wallets, and she's like, okay, I'll take this. So she grabbed the Beatrice card holder, and I was like, oh, okay, great. And then her sister comes over, and she was like, what are you getting? She said, actually, and she told me, she was like, when I saw your booth, I literally said, I know that she's going to love this. She was pointing to her sister. She was like, and here she is. And I was like, here she is. And she was just giving me all the all the feels that night. Because I did have people like kind of looking around and looking at things. I think I may have had one card holder sale. I can't remember, but just like I had people looking around a lot, grabbing cards and things like that. And that was great. And I was excited. I was super excited for the night. Because by the way, I heard so much amazing things about this market. Like your girl was pumped. Your girl was ready. And also it was very upscale. The whole event was very upscale. They marketed it as upscale, and you could tell with the vendors, it was all upscale. So it was just really, really, really nice. I was really excited to be a part of that and very thankful. So I had a lot of high hopes for VIP night. So yeah, so with this lady, her sister was like, I actually thought you were going to be interested in these over here. And she was talking about the belt bags. And her sister was like, oh, I didn't even see those. And like went over to it. And then she like grabbed it. She was like, no. And I was like, well, and then again, when someone touches it, that's when I try to go into more detail about it. I was like, yeah, these are my belt bags. Same thing. I hand stitched them and designed them. But the cool thing about these is the belt, you can fully remove the belt. So if you want to wear it as a clutch, or, if you want to wear the belt around your waist. She was like, but I didn't know that about the belt. I didn't know that about the belt. She was like, I'm going to need one of these. And I was like that? Just like that? Like, just like, I'm gonna need it, and then you just get it. I don't check the price. I just swipe. I was like, oh my gosh. So she was just like, again, it went back, and I was like, look at God. It was an answered prayer. Because again, remember I told you guys in the other video too, I am praying for customers that will admire my craft womanship before just looking at the price, and before just going straight for the price first. Like, I just take a second to look at the bag, please, and like, or the item, and just like, just like, yeah. So for her to like love, and I'm not saying, and by the way, you guys, I'm not saying that everyone should be able to drop $200 some dollars. Listen, I can't drop $200 some dollars right now, okay? Let's be real, okay? Stuff is not cheap, okay? We need groceries. Which actually after this video, I need to go to the store and go get some groceries for my babies, and my husband and myself, okay? Because I'm hungry. But what I'm just saying is, I'm looking at the work first and taking that in, and then the price point, and then the price, and then seeing if you can do it from that point. Because actually, you guys, this just quilted jacket I've been wanting for so long. But I gotta wait till I can drop $300 on it. Because today is not that day. Amen. But the day will come. Amen. In Jesus' name. So anyways, you guys, just wanted to explain that. So, oh my gosh. So she ends up looking at the bags, and she ends up choosing the black one, which is called the Lloyd bag. And I was like, so she was, so I thought maybe she was going to put back the card holder, and she was like, no, I want it all. Okay. I want it. So then, that was really, really cool. Like that made my day. Then her friend comes over. Her friend's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, then they're both like, her sister and her friend are like, these bags are so beautiful. And then her friend was like, oh, maybe I should get one. And I feel like I didn't get enough time to like kind of talk with her friend to kind of like let her know the same, like to let her know about the bag and how you could take away the belt, and kind of let her know some of the details about it. So I feel like, because me and the other lady were chatting, so I feel like I didn't really get a chance to like let the friend know everything about the bag. So she ended up not purchasing, but she did say some really, really, really kind words and like some really nice things. So like the fact that she was even interested and like really, really genuinely love the bag. Remember I said, sometimes it's not about the purchase. It's about just people taking the time to just admire your work and say kind things. And I was like, thank you so much. So yeah, that moved me. Okay. That moved me. So she ends up saying, okay, I'll take both of these. The lady, the first lady I was telling you about. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, well, you'll have to come back later and just get the whole bundle, so you can get the keychain, because I have a matching keychain with it. I know people like to match. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna give her this keychain, because she was just such a mood. She brightened my night. And, sometimes you just want to put a smile on people's faces. So I was like, go ahead and pick out a keychain. I think you should take a keychain. And she was like, yeah. She's like, then I'll take a keychain. And I was like, okay then, go. Yes, good, yes, please. So then she went to go choose one out. And I just wanted her bundle to be complete. Like she had already spent, like she was already spending quite a bit with me, like between those two items. I want, like, the only thing she was missing was the keychain. I was like, girl, you gonna have that keychain if you want it. And I was like, if you want it, she's like, no, yes. So then I showed her how I clip it on the belt bag, and she was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, can I wrap it up for you? She was like, nope, I'm gonna wear it just like this. I'm gonna tell people about it. And she was like, do you see this beautiful bag? Do you see this beautiful bag? Yes, I got it from over there. And I was like, okay, girl. I said, and she's saving me money because these bags were not cheap. Why were these bags for 75 bags? No, it was 25 bags. Why were they $75? Make it add up, because it wasn't adding up. So I was like, the fact that she was like trying to think about me too. She was like, girl, no, save your bags. Save it for someone else. She said, because then I'm going to have to try to find a place to put it and yada yada. And I said, I see you. So I'll have to insert a picture of her somewhere in here. But she was so sweet. And I was like, can I take a picture of you? She was like, yes. I was like, so I can post it? And she was like, yes, absolutely. So she posed, and she was just so cute. And we were talking about motherhood too, and just talking about all types of stuff. Sometimes you get those people that come in your booth that just brighten your day. It was that moment. That was that moment. Her and her sister and her friend, they just brightened my whole day. So that was my biggest sell of the night. And that was the end of VIP night pretty much. So VIP night ran from 5 to 8 or 5 to 9, one of those. Then the next day we needed to be there at 10 a.m. So that was a wonderful start to the market. I was like, I was already in the green for the market. So it wasn't in the red, even, because, like I told you guys, it was $195 to be there. I think $195 or $185, one of those. So anyways, you guys, so I was so happy. She just brightened my night. And I was ready for the next day. So the next day, when it opened up at 10, there wasn't a lot of people there. So I would say throughout the whole day, there wasn't a lot of people walking around. There were bursts. There were bursts of it being pretty busy, very steady, people walking around. It wasn't where people couldn't walk around easily, but it was steady. So there was a few times where the flow of traffic was nice and steady. But I do want to say this, it had rained. So it rained on the day before, it rained on VIP night. And then that day, during that day. And then, it had rained. When else did it rain? Oh, and then it rained on that Saturday too, because it was a Friday-Saturday event. So at one point it had poured. So I think that the rain had something to do with the attendance, to be honest, because people just don't really like coming out in the rain. I think people just like spring skies and clear, and the birds la 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 la, when they go out to markets and stuff. This was an indoor event, but yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, the traffic was actually the traffic was still good, and they expect going forward for it to only get better. Typically, I've heard that their Christmas show is amazing, and I'm really trying to figure out how I can do the Christmas show, because I have another event that has a 1-day overlap. I'm praying about it, because I'm I really would love to do both of the events, but I would need some help, and I really don't want to ask my sister, because I don't want to have to ask her for help. So anybody else like that, you just want to do stuff yourself. You just want to be listen, I'll figure it out. But then you also remember you ain't a twin, and you can't do everything. You can't clone yourself and be in 2 spaces at once. But anyways, you guys, yeah, I really enjoyed this event. So even though it wasn't super, super, super busy, I know typically it is. So I do think the rain was a deterrent. The rain wasn't our friend that day. But honestly, I loved the event. I had a lot of fun. I think it was upscale as promised. I think all the vendors were top tier. I think the customers were, it was such a family. It felt like the customers were a community. And I've heard that town is small. And it was just a lot of people I talked to, they were like, oh, I come to these events every single time they do them. And I just felt like it was such a community, and it just felt very family oriented. And I got some email and text subscribers, so that was really exciting. I would highly recommend, if you are looking for an upscale event, if you're looking for an event that you could tell is highly curated, like they really handpick every single vendor, it was a good experience. It was especially from, you guys know, I told you guys how my experience was the week before, where I didn't make any sales, and I was like, and it was a relationship building market for me event. This one was really nice because I actually made sales. I made a profit. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Y'all, I bought all these pickles from this lady. Her name is Amy's Gourmet Pickles. Please find her. Her stuff is top tier. I highly recommend the pickled red onions and her garlic dill pickles. Delicious, okay? And she had samples. So at this market, y'all, I did break my rule. About walking around, because there was a moment where there wasn't like anybody in there towards the end of the market. So I just I walked around. And I ended up getting some things from some vendors before they cleaned up. Amazing. I had fun. So anyways, y'all, that's the market recap. Cleanup was really easy. Some people had already started cleaning up like 20 minutes before the show ended. Me personally, unless I get like someone tells me I can do it, y'all, I'm one of those people. I'll sit there and literally wait and like watch everybody clean up around me, and I'll literally wait until like 2 minutes till, or like right on the dot, just because I'm such a rule follower, guys. I'm such a rule follower, and I'm just like, it says in our thing to wait. So, but then like once I saw that the like market organizers were walking around and things like that, and everybody was cleaning up, like 2 minutes till, I went ahead and cleaned up, started to clean up. So yeah, I was still one of the last people there, just because I like to take my time. I don't like to rush, and I really wanted to bring my car back in, whereas there were so many vendors at first that there was no way I would have been able to bring my car in. So, excuse me, once I had like fully got done, there was like one other person, like two other people in the room, and I was able to pull my car up and stuff my car. I didn't have to use my wagon. It was noise, okay? I'm so grateful that they had me. Let's see. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, this week, Lord willing, 4 events. So Inglewood Night Market, which I'm so excited about. I don't know why I said like Inglewood Night Market. No, it's Inglewood Night Market. So excited. I signed up for the entire season, so I'm very excited about that. That's tomorrow. Friday is the Good Market, and then Thursday, and then I have 2 other ones that I'm really, and then the Off Market, and then Not Your Mama's Craft Show on Mother's Day. I'm so excited. All these events that I just mentioned are like, I'm very excited because I'm believing in God that my customer is going to be there. I really am. So I need to get back to work and finish all these belt bags. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and tell you guys about everything. Let me show you guys, by the way. Look, I have to finish stitching this and do stuff, but look at the strawberries for my strawberry collection belt bag. I'm so excited. So I have to finish this, but I just wanted to show you guys. Oh, look at the back. Oh, look at the back. It has my logo in the middle and all the strawberries. So I'm so excited. Ew, what's that? Okay, never mind. Okay, so anyways, let me get back to work. I gotta stitch these. I gotta do edge work, and I still need to make so many bags. So many belts. So talk to you guys later in that grocery shopping. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what has been your best market experience. And yeah, keep me posted. Sorry for the kids sleeping, crying in the background. They're toddlers. Love you. Bye.